Spastic left.
There you go. Yank him in the boat. Put him in the boat.
Unhooked him already. There it is. That's how it's done. It's Australian style. Another one to Brett. 2-0. You suck.
What's up, everybody? Episode number 2 of 101s with DGD Outdoors. We got our mate here, Brett Thorson, all the way from Australia, about to do a little bass fishing.
What's going on, guys? Bad day to be a fish. Start off. Stay tuned. Wish me luck.
Swing it around here. You got your hook tucked up in there. Look, Bobo's got one.
That's one for this boat.
Y'all like the freaking Three Stooges.
We are.
Really, you got it?
You just reel straight in.
Point the rod at him. Point the rod at him and reel all your slack up.
I almost want to go right-handed here.
Here he is.
Hey, fishy!
Get swing him around here.
Woo!
There we go. One. Number one.
Guys, look at that. Told ya. Many more to come. Just stay tuned.
What are you just throwing back? Yeah, just toss him back.
Go fishing, little buddy. See ya. Oh, hang on. Bang. There it is.
Got one? Yank. Yank. You got him. You're on. You're on.
Yep.
Yank. Reel. Reel.
Oh, that's
a good one.
Spastic left.
There you go. Yank him in the boat. Put him in the boat.
Unhooked him already. There it is. That's how it's done. It's Australian style. Eat Bobo. Another one to Brett. 2-0. You suck. Gunnar, you're not even out here. You might as well just go home.
Dude, you yanked that thing in the boat. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Dude, so what brings you all the way from Australia to America?
Me? Pretty much I was playing an Australian sport, that AFL game that you love so much. Long story short, I was just no good at it. So I wasn't enjoying it. I played it I guess it's the college equivalent of college in Australia, but it's not college affiliated, but it's where you get drafted from.
So what is it, like club teams almost?
Yeah, kind of like district county teams. So like the best players in the county play at that team.
And are they like sponsored by companies and stuff, or how does that?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just this big league, pretty much designed around getting players drafted. It's where all the best players that are 18 years old that are ready to get drafted play.
Yeah. So you were playing like amateur/pro rugby.
Yeah, just like the best level
right
of
before,
junior
right before
football. Yeah, before you're meant to get drafted, and then didn't get picked up. I was no good. But yeah, I was doing that. Pretty much stank it up. Was no good. And then went down to Melbourne for uni. I was like, I'm just going to go down there and come across that program called Prokick. Once we found out what they were about.
You got one? Oh, did you just miss one?
Yeah.
So what are they, like a recruiting service for people out of the country?
Not really. They're an academy, and so far they've done about 200 Division 1 scholarships.
Oh, shoot.
About 200 when I joined, and they pretty much just take guys that approach them, or they find guys and train them how to punt in American football. And Dad had read an article about it, and a few guys that had gone over, and
you're like, what's right?
He kind of said, yeah, like, have you ever looked into it? I'm like, oh, like Mum would let me go. I looked into it, and after I looked into it, we kind of found out what it was about, and I contacted them and did a tryout, and I guess the rest is history. Like, once we found out what the opportunity kind of brought, if you were successful in the program. So you went to go punt the ball,
you're like, damn, I'm really good at this. You're kicking the
crap
out
of it. They pretty much
tell
you, they tell you.
You got a chance or you don't got a chance.
Yeah, so after my first assessment, they were like,
yeah, you really got a chance.
You will go to a big school. They're like, if you come here, we'll get you to a big school.
What were you thinking? Were you like, all right, cool.
I was like, oh, these guys are running a business. This is what they tell everyone. Yeah,
that's what they tell everyone, try to get their money.
And that's what Mum and Dad.
That's what they thought too?
Yeah. They were like, oh, you got to remember they're running a business. And I was like, oh, Mum and Dad, right. I thought I went all right. So anyway, I had a few months to think about it. Went to another assessment, and after that assessment, they were like, nah, you're joining. Like, I guess I knew how to kick a football, because the first assessment, I just had no idea how to punt an American football. So they more just look at the power that you have, and if they could turn it into
something.
See if
it's something they can work with.
The second time I went, I actually knew a little more on how to punt properly. Like, I watched a few videos and stuff on YouTube.
YouTubed it, figured it out.
And knew just the little angle.
So someone found you in Australia, was like, dang, this kid can really kick a football.
Yeah. So then after that, joined up, and I guess the rest is history. But yeah, once we found out if you're successful, you get a scholarship, you get a degree, you get to live in America. Especially in COVID at the time, there was no real way out of Australia to travel or anything. I was like, yep, I'm on board. So,
because Australia's communist, right?
I don't even know what that word is, dude. I don't watch politics. So pretty much that, and I knew about it. So after the first couple of hours, I was like, oh no, we could be in some trouble.
Good one. Easy, easy.
Well, it is a good one.
Good job, dude. Dude, great fish. Let him get your picture with that.
Get the merch in.
Get the merch in there, Danny Duncan style. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Give me the magic stick. I got hot with this one.
There we go. Here's one. There
Bang. Elbows rolling. Hey now.
Hey. Here we go, mate.
We rolling now. Look out.
We go, mate.
Another one to us.
Oh! Sorry. I didn't know I was going to do that. So what has been your most favorite experience in America since you've been here?
I'd probably split it in two, like between football and non-football. I say football was
favorite
just that
non-football memory.
Non-football. That's a hard one. Like between spring breaks where we catch up with all the Aussie boys and even 4th of July with the Pod Lesnies down at Sea Island, those are always awesome, which obviously are coming up next week.
How about that?
There you go.
Is that your favorite part about America?
Fishing. Well, I haven't. Well, you won't. It needs to be quiet, that fish. I think football, if I had a favourite in football, it'd probably be the first game where I come off. Just knowing, like, I remember Coach Smart telling me, like, just be as neutral as possible.
Yeah.
Don't be as, he told me something about pro baseballers that when they come off the field, they look exactly the same. Like the best ones they noticed, they did a study, look exactly the same as if they've striked out or if they've hit a home run. So I was trying to be neutral. I was trying to have no emotion to it. But then I come off and Coach Smart was one of the first ones there to like give me a high five and just seeing the boys on the sideline there probably.
Get all hyped up.
Yeah, I didn't, like I just self-consciously was thinking that no one really was aware of like.
Right. No, they watch. Everybody's
the
watching.
First, but yeah, no.
Dude, a good punter is lethal. Good punter is your best offensive weapon.
Yeah, coming off on that first one and seeing all the boys. And it's all the boys like I know like that were around there to like kind of give you that head tap.
Right.
That I would see myself as close with and that I got along with really good in that first year. So it's funny going back and watching that one and seeing all the boys that were in that kind of video and stuff of my first punt. So I think that was just cool. Like we think about that a lot in Australia. As soon as you join the program, it's one of the first things. Like you have 2 years to think about it really is your first punt, like what's gonna happen, where it's gonna be,
right.
the thing. And then,
what were all your boys back home saying?
No one was awake. I think the game that started at 6.
Oh, really?
Dad was flying to Queensland and Mum was milking. So they had to watch the replay. But I think my sister was on the flight as well. Obviously, yeah, it was just, but that's how it works. Like all the games are usually 5, 6 a.m.
Have they been able to make it to any games?
Yep, they've actually been to, geez, well, they about 10 now they did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did 4 the first year.
Where do they stay when they come over here?
Hotel between, yeah, usually hotel.
Yeah, what was that recruiting like? Coach Smart recruiting you? Trying to.
It was weird, I guess, because in Prokick you only talk to one school, so you never really entertain. You don't take like 5 offers and then decide, for example, or you don't have like scholarships, walk-ons, and then weigh up like where you want to go, what you want to do. If you get one school that's interested in you, you kind of say yes straight away, unless there's extreme circumstances. So like if you say no to a school that was interested in you, it's looked upon pretty poorly in the program because every scholarship offer is a good scholarship offer and we should be like grateful and lucky. But for example, if they don't offer the degree that you want to go into, or something like that, yeah, that's probably a good reason to say no. Yeah, the first school I ever talked to, I didn't talk to any other schools, was Georgia. It was Coach Hartley, the tight ends coach. He was in charge of punt at the time. And yeah, we pretty much, I remember getting the text from my Australian coach just saying Georgia was interested. And obviously that's pretty like exciting just to see like that's the level of school that's interested. Then you're like, oh crap, here we go, like a big SEC school.
That's as big as it gets.
Yeah, you're like, And I just thought they were always like good enough to get the American guys and stuff like that, so they'd never really be going to Australia to look for a punter.
That's right.
There you go.
Real. Nice.
So yeah, that was probably the fishy must have wanted to heard the story.
Yeah, he must want to get in here.
Yeah,
Huh?
come in, get in shot. Can't blame him. So yeah, I talked to Coach Hartley about once to twice a week, I guess, early on. After the first week, got to talk to, well, Coach Cochran actually called, and Coach Smart was with him at the time. Yeah, no, it was cool as well because it was super chill. It wasn't like a serious call that was like, hey, who are you? What's your
You're
name?
expecting it to be all serious, but they're trying to be your friend.
They're just like chilling out at home, just like, what's going on? Like, what's going on in Australia? Coach Cochran had been to Australia as well, thankfully, so he knew things about Australia and knew kind of what goes on out here, or like out there.
He had been there before?
Yep, he did exchange out there back in the day, so he kind of knew a few Australian things.
Yeah.
Which kind of helped. He was my translator for the first few years. But yeah, just talked to him, and then Coach Smart said obviously he wanted to get on a call later in the week, a bit more serious.
Yeah.
We did that, and it was funny. He put on his recruiting hat when he called me. He was like, oh yeah, you should come here. We have really good snappers, really good gunners. But no, yeah, we just pretty much talked and whatnot, and then kept talking to Coach Hartley, and after about a month and a half, they were like, yeah, there was nothing professional in like you have an offer to the University of Georgia.
Yeah, like, are you coming or
Coach
what?
Hartley was just like, yeah, the spot's yours, you're good. And I'm like, yep, I'll see you there. So I'll see you in a few months.
That's a good deal.
So now it was cool.
We probably got 15 minutes left. That was another episode of One-on-Ones with Brett Thorson. We caught a few fish.
Awesome dad here again with DGD Outdoors. So pleasure to be on the second episode of One-on-Ones. So thanks for having me, and stay tuned for any further episodes.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.